So a very good question is grow from starts or seeds? And we've had a lot of different opinions on that over time in the last few years of the farm. And here we are. Everything that you're looking at has been started from seed. When you get a start, you get a whip, it's so easy. The plant has already gone through the hard part, and your ability to keep them alive and going is so much easier that for the first 2 years, we were very, very focused on that as our primary source. But of course, the problem is that that's really expensive. And when you start growing on a farm size that we are, which is, we have 35 acres of which we keep half wild for animals, and then we have our meadows, and then we have where we grow tea and Chinese herbs. It's just not possible to be paying out that much money and not going from seed. Seed is frustrating. You plan, they don't sprout, they die. You get mold or aphids indoors as you're starting them in January or February or March. You start hardening them, they freeze. It's a pain. But as we've been going, and now that many of our annuals are seeding, and we're getting our own seeds as well, it's really become the way to go. And the fastest thing to do is to create some sort of easy watering situation. We did not figure that out for a good year and a half. And it took an hour and a half to water all the different trays under lights, in shelving, all of these things we've created. Now what I like to do is I create a line of benches all the way across, and we use the house as shade. So I take them out and I water them in the shade. I give them a little bit of time outside. We're July, so we're in the process of thinking about hardening them or not. But most importantly, they're in the shade, they're not getting any heat, and that's really important. Sorry about that, we just have to get rid of the hose. So that they're going to get water, but that water is not going to sit indoors, encouraging bugs, mold, everything else to happen. I set a timer for about an hour. The shade is slowly creeping away. You can see where the sunlight is over there. It's the morning, and I'll have them back indoors before the sun has crossed over. And we're going to lose a lot, but we're going to end up more than if we just planted from whips or starts. And there are seeds. So what we're starting to do now, of course, is what they've always done in the old days, is you find your best plants, the ones that were the tastiest. For instance, we have a lot of zisu in the family. You can see volunteers everywhere there. But the zisu family, shiso in Japanese, Parilla in English, we have a lot of varieties. We'll go to the sunshine here. And this variety is much tastier than the other variety that's purple on both sides. And this year we're also experimenting with a Vietnamese one to see who's got that strongest flavor, that acrid light flavor that's going to really go in and change what's happening in the stomach, as well as be delicious in our food. And we're collecting seeds from these, knowing that they are much better than the other ones that we've planted. So now we're having control over what we get, which is very nice. So seeds over starts, definitely pick starts at first as you get to know the plants. And then as you get seeds, know you're going to be frustrated. And then you just have to come up with the time-saving techniques. I'm showing you all the blueberries that are about to pop. That's an entire wall of blueberries. And if you've never grown blueberries, a little thing, they love to grow by rocks. They do much better. So we put in rocks for the blueberries, and then the blueberries on the hill, and you can see just how prolific this year is going to be if the birds don't beat us to it. But we're still early. However, all that hard work watering, I deserve a blueberry snack.